Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ayunpodcast, and this is our first episode after the shortcut that we had. And today we will be diving deep into one of the most exciting topics that you could hear everywhere and how people suffering from art of boundaries. And I want you, Darun, to tell me what is boundary. How could you describe it?
Well, basically, boundary is setting your own line towards any kind of interference or any kind of, let's say, harassment towards your private area or in your life. This is where you start to set your boundaries, and we have seen a lot of examples. For example, we have seen in families and like parenting and spouses there were a lot of interference and a lot of let's say uh, they cannot hold themselves not to interfere. So basically this is what boundary is, and majorly we have three types of boundary. We have physical and emotional and mental,
Okay.
and the most important one is mental boundary, because this is where it can control all other types as well.
How?
Uh, for example, it all started with mass manipulation.
Okay.
Who invented this is the godfather of mass manipulation, Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is the nephew of Sigmund Freud, and Sigmund Freud is the father of psychoanalysis. He founded psychoanalysis. So Freud was trying to find the ego, the desire, and unconscious mind of human, and fear as well, towards towards a good, let's say, a good way, not
Good
in a
intention.
bad way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Edward Bernays, he used them for, let's say, in a negative way. How? Um, it started with how democracy is not able to survive in the society without manipulating people. So I will come back to mass manipulation again. Mass manipulation is when you direct people to want something that they don't need, but at the same time, you will get what you want.
They don't need, but I think
I mean, as
they desire.
a government, or let's say as the source,
Oh,
not as
okay.
people.
Okay.
So he started using mass manipulation for this purpose, and he changed the words from propaganda. After World War One, propaganda was a very evil word, and he started to use it, but he found out that it's not possible to use, because people will find out that it's an evil thing.
Because of the naming.
Exactly. So he thought about it, and the best way to do this is renaming it, rephrasing it to mass, from mass manipulation to public relation counseling, or propaganda to public relation counseling. So this way he tricked people with words, and this is where the magic starts.
Same meaning, different terminology.
Exactly. He just played with the terminology, literally. So he started to think about it and study the theory of Sigmund Freud, how people have their desire and what is driving them to want something, which is the emotional desire. So Edward Bernays started to go with this idea that people can be manipulated by telling them what is the best thing to want, but not what they need. For example, His main weapons, okay, his main psychological weapon was appeal to unconscious, not logical. What I mean by this is, if you want, let's say, breakfast. Nowadays, we all know that breakfast is a very common thing, and we think about it as healthy, right?
Most important meal.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was not like that before Edward Bernays. He did this to sell more bacon and more eggs. So imagine he was advertising for bacon and egg and linking it to healthy breakfast. And as a habit, it became as a habit. How? By getting, this is the first, let's say, psychological weapon. But the second one is authority proof and, let's say, public proof as well.
Okay.
For example, nowadays we have marketing, we have advertising.
Different words. Yes.
So it all started with Edward Bernays. How? He brought a doctor to explain how bacon and egg is very healthy to have it in the morning. And he started to sell more bacon and more egg, which brought him more money. So this is the thing.
Okay.
Two weapons serves the same idea, the same, let's say, purpose. He was the most, let's say, wealthy man back in time when America was in their, let's say, most crisis.
Yeah, the big crisis, I think.
The big crisis, it was after World War One.
Okay.
So no one was buying anything. Everyone was buying, let's say, a weekly basis or
the needs only.
Only the needs. And they were not buying things only, let's say, only for survival. They were not buying things for, let's say, as a luxury. Okay? For example, clothes. They were having clothes once in a year and that's it for the whole season. But now it's not like that. He changed this thing. He made clothes to become connected to emotional desire of humans and to buy things, let's say buy clothes that you don't need, but you feel like it's beautiful.
It represents you differently.
Exactly. This is what he was focusing on majorly. And I can come up with another example as well. Back in time, cigarette was taboo to be smoked by women in public. He brought, let's say, women with a very short skirt and putting the lighter of the cigarette and the cigarette pack in their, what they call it? What do you call it, this thing? Here.
Yeah. I got it, under the skirt.
Yes, under the skirt. So this was the thing that started to make women feel like cigarette is freedom and power as men.
And then instead of having 50% of people for the market, he got them 100% by joining
and
women.
male. This is the thing. So it became the torch statue as well. Now we can see in America. It was after that. So the torch is the freedom, and the light and the cigarette, he linked them all together. And he started to make a mess in America with protests by women who asked for, let's say, public freedom of smoking and other things.
Yeah, by showing equality, I think, by manipulating equality terms.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. Since you know so much about Edward Bernays, the things that I was observing more towards, and lately in life, like it's coming up to our life, especially that we're changing a lot of things in our life lately. How to protect yourself against these crossed boundaries, and how to rebuild it, since most of our generations were raised in a manner or in a way that there are no boundaries. You cannot close doors, you cannot have your own vote, you cannot choose what you want to wear or what you want to eat. If it is in houses, if it is between spouses or friendships or whatever. So I found like there are some accepted guidelines for healthy boundaries, and how we could all use them to get most benefit from them is beginning by what you were saying, understanding what are the boundaries, understanding where your boundary ends and where others start. With understanding the boundary, you can also know that there are a lot of people pleasers who who are afraid to say no. They want to please people. And there are the ones who are afraid to talk and say and reject or say no. How to teach yourself to start saying no. Start maybe with the small things, small low risk boundaries, you know. No, I cannot do it today. Maybe tomorrow. Let me see. Try also before answering any question that represent crossing your boundaries. Maybe you take some time. You be like, I'll see. I'll check later on. Give me 5 minutes. Let me see. Try to calm down your nervous system, because when you're nervous and stressed, you cannot answer the one in front of you with not crossing your boundary, with not letting go your guards of what coming against you. So I think these are like one of the main points that people need to focus on, to not let the media and people to cross their boundaries without even them noticing it. It's very surprising how all these things started, and now we feel like, no, it's me. It's like, I want to wear that way. I want to smoke this way. No, I want to feel freedom. I want to be free. But it's not about that. It was just marketing. Different terminology, as you said. And these things takes time. Setting healthy boundaries for yourself will take time. It's not an easy process. It's not a moment process that's gonna happen and that's it. But tough, strong people who respect themselves will apply it and will try more and more till they get their boundaries safe from any other interventions, you know. And medically and globally, there are few periods for someone to change. And these periods start with 21 days, 3 months, 6 months. I'm sure you've heard of it.
So you see a lot. It's like a healing process, right?
You see a lot of posts on social media saying, leave people for 6 months, disappear, and you will come back someone new. How? True. It's scientifically approved. 21 days for the human brain and manners. It's the awakening phase.
Yes.
You start knowing what is going on and what's happening. So it's an awaken phase, they call it. After the 21 days passed and you're still working on the same manner, trying to applying it in your life, and you go up to 3 months. And these 3 months, you will be reprogramming your mental health. You will be reprogramming your brain to balance the cortisol and dopamine. This is another phase. In this phase, you will be more calm, relaxed. You can maybe answer perfectly fine. You can know when to say no and when to say yes for others' request. And when you continue up to 6 months, this is the changing. This is the huge change, because you can start a habit. After 3 months, if you do not continue on it, you will go back to the old identity that you were using. But up to 6 months, if you continue, and this is the real change happen here, is that you have an embodiment, an identity face shift.
Yes.
This is where your identity will shift to another person. This is where you can be relaxed about whatever you asked. You answer with the right answer, with what suits you at the time and at the place and with the people. So it's about continuity, you know?
Yeah.
These periods. And this is how you could resolve these learned issues about crossing your boundaries.
True. Mentioning this made me think about what is going on currently in our region,
Yeah.
especially Kurdish people. So it started with this same idea, same core beliefs as Edward Bernays started with. Kurds have been assimilated for the past 100 years since the agreement of Sykes-Picot.
Mm-hmm.
And we were assimilated. It's literally or directly linked to mass manipulation. How? For example, you're living somewhere, they don't let you to speak your language. You cannot believe in your own religion if you have, and they cannot do anything that it's related to their own culture.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, they started to bring their desire to where they are living. For example, in a country that they are living, they made them to love the country's culture
Instead of theirs.
And they stopped, they banned the language to talk in their
own languages.
Yes. And this thing will make you to change your desire, to change the way you think, and to change your what they call it.
It's a different person, new identity.
Exactly. Farhang wa thaqafa. It changed. Everything changed. So this thing is really, really dangerous. And look what happened to us after 100 years. So it all started with what? With one step of mass manipulation. Manipulating people that you're not who you think of, and you don't love what you used to love, and you cannot support your own culture and people and your nishtiman, let's say.
Taking away your true identity.
Literally.
Sorry for all the recent circumstances that are happening here in the region, and hopefully everything's get better and people gets their right back as they should have. And peace.
Peace.
Some peace.
Yes, free for Rojava and free for Kurdish people. We support every single Kurdish people that are seeking someday freedom and owning their own identity, hopefully.
See you in the next episode, inshallah.
Inshallah, we will. We have a lot of upcoming episodes, and they are very intense and very deep.
Yeah, we want to go just deep in the society and check what the society is facing, and we will be talking about it more, inshallah.
Yes, and for any the resources that we followed, they are books and some other sources.
Researchers.
We will mention it all in the captions.
It will be in the YouTube channel. Everything will be mentioned down in the box. Yes. All the resources that we used for today's information.
Yes.
See you.
See you.